All right, everybody, we can go ahead and get started with Coach here. We'll go to Jen and then Graf.
Coach, how do you address these late game mistakes that keep costing you so dearly, like turnovers and helping at the wrong time?
We addressed it directly after the game. There was no lack of clarity after the game.
Do you have a teaching moment with Zoe specifically, one-on-one down the road?
We addressed it after the game. We don't need to have it one-on-one. Everybody in the building knows what happened. And it wasn't just him. We screwed up that entire play. It wasn't just him. There were two mistakes on that play. They know what they are. We deserve to lose. When you do that, you deserve to lose. It's not like somebody threw in a tough one. We deserve to lose.
Coach, how frustrating is it to put yourself in a position to win games again and again and just not being able to finish?
Well, today was really frustrating because I thought our guys fought really, really hard today. I really did against a really good I thought we fought hard. We were right there. And all you've got to do is execute for 7.8 seconds. You're just supposed to come out of a timeout, do what we're supposed to do, and put the game away, and we don't do it.
You did a pretty decent job on Randall defensively. He got his, but he was very inefficient in doing so. How do you think Zion played him defensively today?
I thought in the second half much better. I thought he got into him hard in the second half.
Stan, Christian Clark here. You mentioned there was two mistakes near the end of regulation. I think we all saw what happened with Lonzo. What was the other one on that play?
You guys can talk to them. They know. Talk to the players.
And can you walk us through what you wanted to do for that last possession at the buzzer and regulation when you got the shot for Bledsoe?
Well, yeah, I mean, he got open off the screen. I'm not going to quibble with that. I mean, maybe he could have taken another dribble to free himself up. Maybe we could have waited for the second option, which was Brandon. But, Zoe made the pass, saw him open, and, he got the shot blocked.
Hey, Coach, was there a thought to foul there before they put up the three-pointer? And was Zoe helping there or moving over? Was that just a brain fart?
So, again, talk to our players. You saw what we did in the Boston game earlier in the year in a very similar situation when Tatum got the ball and dribbled it. You saw how we played it. We would have liked to have played it the same way tonight.
Y'all have had a lot of difficulty in the last 3 minutes of games. Is there a through line with any of this as far as something consistently going wrong, or do you feel like it's different problems every game and it's all just kind of coming together?
A little of both, but our lack of concentration coming out of timeouts, both offensively and defensively, to do and execute what we're supposed to do is not good enough. So we're good enough to compete with people, but we don't do the things at the end of games it takes to win. Part of that's a learning experience, but today, no excuse whatsoever today. None. I don't care if you're a senior in high school, you can execute what we were supposed to be doing with 7.8 seconds to go. So no excuse whatsoever.
Have you experienced anything like this with a team before? Is it like among the most frustrating things that you've been around, that you have a team that's obviously good enough for 45 minutes most nights and can't put together enough wins to kind of reflect that in the record?
Well, again, I mean, every night's different. I've had nights where I've been frustrated with myself, not being able to find stuff offensively. So there's a lot of different things, but tonight's as frustrated as I've been because tonight's simple. Nobody had to make a play. You didn't have to make a play, make a shot, make a pass. You didn't have to do anything. You just had to do what the hell you were supposed to do.
Yeah, my bad, Coach. And you said part of the issue late in games is just concentration, making simple plays. So I guess how do you address that if that's something that continues to pop up?
Well, look, making plays is one thing. That's not easy to do against good defense. It's not. So that's one thing. And I take responsibility for a lot of that, when I don't think I find the right stuff for us to do. So I never, or at least I don't think I have with you guys, tried to absolve myself of blame in some of the late game stuff. I think some of it is young guys, not a lot of experience going down the stretch. But like I said, today, simple. High school guys could have executed down the stretch. The 7.8 seconds, high school guys could have done what they were supposed to do.
All right, thank you, Coach. Appreciate your time. right, everybody, we can go ahead and get started with Bled. Will Guillory, you can start.
Yeah, what's up, Bled? Can you walk us through those last two possessions at the end of regulation where Bullock gets the three and then you get the shot, off of out of bounds play?
We just tried to get a good look. Zoe felt like I had a good look, and I shot it. Then Rose made a great play, and on the Reggie Bullet three, I should have fouled D Rose and sent it to the line.
Was the plan when they tied it up? I mean, like, was it conveyed in the huddle that you guys were supposed to foul?
Yeah, and I wasn't paying attention, lack of focus, and we needed three. D Rose got downhill and made a great play.
I guess how do you address the late game issues? It's been such an ongoing problem with you guys. How do you address that as a team?
We just got to go through them, man. Just got to go through them. That's all I can say. We got to pay attention, timeouts, and and lock in down the stretch. So we had a couple games we should have won. It didn't go our way. We got to move on.
I mean, how frustrating is it to drop that one when you guys weren't shooting the three ball particularly well, but like you battled against a good physical team all game, and then for it to end like that?
I mean, it's definitely heartbreaking, man. Like I said, nobody go out there trying to lose and make plays like that. I feel like we played hard, gave ourselves a chance to win, and it didn't go in our favor. We got to tip your heads out to the other team.
And obviously not the ending you wanted, but what did you kind of do to get yourself going offensively and end up having a big game?
Just try to get some confidence and some energy for somewhere. We needed it. Like you said, we were struggling all night. It was going on runs and things like that. So I kind of got myself going, and not just myself, but my teammates as well. They were just telling me to shoot the ball. When I got it, be aggressive. They've been telling me that all year long, and I finally did it tonight, and we battled back.
And with Josh being out and Nikhil being out, do you think it's important for you individually to be more aggressive, kind of try to get more shots up with those guys being gone?
Not necessarily. Take the looks that presented to me. But for the main part, just bring energy. Play hard. That's the biggest thing. Play hard and compete. Some nights I don't shoot the ball where we win. Some nights we do. So we just got to come out here and compete. At a high level.
All right, thank you, Bled. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, we can get started with BI. Christian, you go ahead.
Hey, Bi, we talked to Stan a little bit about that play where Reggie Bullock tied the game at the end of regulation. He said basically like we made some mistakes, but asked the players. Just what was conveyed before you guys came out of the huddle in that play?
Um, we had a game plan to either foul when the ball was on the basketball. I mean, when the ball was put on the floor, or just not to give up a three. I think So just made a natural move to when somebody's driving to the basket. He just made a natural move to go into help, and Reggie Bullock made a three, and we know that's a mistake that we can't make, but it's good that it's happening now and not later after the season.
Yeah, and he also said he addressed some things in the locker room. I guess what was his message to you guys after the game?
Well, his message after the game was just to be smarter than at the end of the game, knowing what to execute when we come out of timeouts, to be alert at the end of the game and execute.
I mean, how frustrating is it that that was the way it ended after, you guys had pretty much just grinded your way to a win. I mean, the threes weren't falling, but yet you were still in position, to come out of there with the win against a good team.
Yeah, I mean, all these losses hurt. We want to win so bad. Guys are putting their bodies on the line, playing defense on the offensive end, playing as hard as they can. So it's not like we look for this to happen, but all of this is going to make us go even harder for the next game and continue to stay together.
Bi, how hard has this season been with these last 2, 3 minutes? It feels like this has come up so many times this year. Does it feel like you all are closer than, days like this or finishes like this make it feel, or does it seem like you guys need to just completely recalibrate what you do at the end of games?
Well, you've seen it, and in some games we're really good, and some games our shots don't fall, or it's just bad execution, or the other team just does a better job at executing their stuff. I think we just continue to stay together, continue to listen to coach on the execution of what we need to do in each game plan of each game, and continue to keep going. We have 15 to 16 more games left, so see what we can do to continue to push wins.
And I guess, what do you do to kind of address the late game issues? I know it's something we talked about all year, but, as a team, how do you kind of fix that problem if it's something that keeps popping up?
Well, we continue to talk about the sense of urgency, the alertness, and our execution. Whatever is the best for us at the end of the game. On the offensive end, we go to it. And on the defensive end, if we make an adjustment on one of their better players, or if we're saying that we're going to do something on the defensive end, then we go do it.
All right, thank you, B. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, we can go ahead. Christian Clark.
Hey Zion, Stan said that the plan was to foul when you guys were up 3 at the end of regulation. I mean, did you feel like that message was conveyed clearly before you guys went back out on the court there?
Yeah, the message was received, but it's one of those things where you got to be focused. Even when you leave the timeout, you got to be focused to know that once the person puts the ball on the floor to get a quick foul. Just got to learn from it, to be honest. That's all I can say. Just got to learn from it.
And what do you think's happening to you guys in these late game situations where, you know, you have these leads late and they kind of just slip away, or something that we've talked about a lot this season?
I mean, we fought back. We was down a lot. We fought back into the game. But I think it was one of those things where everybody was playing hard. Nobody wasn't playing hard. Everybody was playing hard. You just got to concentrate and be focused on, you know, the exact thing to do.
Hey Zion, just on TV, I mean, it looked like that was a physical game. I mean, out there on the floor, did it feel like that was one of the more physical ones you played in this year?
Yeah, New York is a very physical team, but you know, it's all in the game. I think it makes, you know, everybody on the court better. It definitely makes you try to be more safer with the ball and not as loose. But yeah, it was a very physical game.
And you ended up leaving late in the fourth quarter. What was that, like a back issue? You took the fall? You know, is everything all right now?
Nah, it wasn't no back issue. It was one of them little quick cramps. I just jumped on it before I got too late in the game. That's all. I'm good.
And you had you and Julius were pretty much going at each other the entire night. Obviously, we know you care more about the wins and stuff like that. But how much do you kind of enjoy when you can kind of go back and forth with a guy like that, and y'all are, you know, matching each other on big things?
I mean, you know, I think iron sharpens iron. You know, great players bring the best out of each other. You know, it is always great to match up against other great players, but like you said, you know me, I just care about the win.
Hey, Zion, I know it's a different, you know, experience now, but what was it like to finally get to play in the Garden in the pros?
I'm glad you asked that, actually. I mean, New York is the mecca of basketball. I love playing. I love playing here. When I played here in college, and this is my first time playing here in the pros, and I mean, this atmosphere, you know, whether they're cheering for you, whether they're booing for you, it's amazing. Honestly, I think outside of New Orleans, obviously, I think this might be my favorite place to play outside of New Orleans. I can't even lie to you. I can't lie to you.
All right, thanks, Z. Appreciate your time.
No problem. You guys have a good day.